Perfect.
Perfect. All right. So thank you, everybody. The Alternative Energy Committee meeting is going to start on March 29th, 2023. This is a very short agenda that is focused on Earth, the Earth Day, Earth Week, and what we want to do. That's not the end of April. It's more like mid-April. And we wanted to focus on, and Debbie, you know more about what the possibilities are, but I think for sure what we wanted to focus on was trying to get Justin to put out something every day. Maybe even we put something out on 143 every day to highlight what we're doing and what the town can do and what the people in the town can do to honor the earth and be cleaner with their energy supply and be more energy efficient and consistent with our mission. And then the other is if there's anything about what Earth Week is looking like, what we want to do about that. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Okay, so I would say let's start doing some brainstorming. And Josh, I think we're going to be looking to you as our social media guru to turn these into cool little blurbs. But let's just start going around
first.
Yep.
Is there anything with Earth Week going on? I think that would maybe, like inform some of the things we're talking about tonight. If anyone knows, I've not heard one thing. So
and I haven't. So remember, Peter Pescatore used to do it as a cleanup day. And then if you wanted to do a table, you could put a table at the town hall. Last meeting, I believe somebody said there's nothing going on for Earth Day.
Yeah, I know that Peter was, resigned from that. And I heard that that was the recreation, is that the recreation committee that he was on? I don't think anybody picked up the cleanup day. So
That's a shame.
somebody said that it was going to be EcoFest was going to be the thing, but I haven't seen information on it.
So do we have an EcoFest happening?
yes, that's the May 20th.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's not Earth Week.
No.
Earth Day week.
Hmm.
Yeah, so I don't know anything that's, I can look at the town site and see if they have anything posted,
Well,
but I haven't heard
yeah,
of it.
let's assume there's nothing going on. Is there something we would want to do just as a committee?
Other than what we're talking about, just sort of communication wise. Well, I will be on vacation, so I won't be doing much of anything here. So I don't know how other people feel. It would have been great if we had kind of planned something earlier. It seems like the other, we had started talking a little bit about this, how with the zoning board representative, there's different committees that have different pieces that are sort of around, climate, sustainability, etc. And it's not clear to me whose role is what. So it would be great to somebody explain that.
Well, I think that's why we have a sustainability director. Ginny is the one who's supposed to bring that all together.
It would I still don't understand exactly what she's chartered with doing. So
okay, well, let's have her talk about what she's doing and what she's chartered with doing at our next meeting.
Right. So our corner is strictly energy related, as I understand it. So I just threw out some, honestly, just random ideas. I think I just sent them to you, Tanya and Debbie. So I had
for
a
the
couple
record, do you want to talk through them?
Well, sure. From the point of view of, as I said, our window of the world, let me just find them.
She's looking at, just from, what we had planned, hopefully, I'm still waiting for Justin to confirm April 7th, Tanya, to do the shoot at the solar array. That's going to be a 2-part thing. So we're going to do 2 to start. The second part was the interview with Red Solar, because they're the only solar company in Cohasset that I know of, unless there's another one. But that'd be nice to do like a business spotlight. And so waiting for Justin on that. So I know you responded to your email. I still mine was in there first. I haven't heard back from him. So I'm like, and I'm trying to confirm, lock down Matt Parent from Res Solar. I don't want to mess with him too much if we're not confirmed or not, but
Well, Palmer Capital runs our solar field, so we should probably highlight them too.
okay.
They're the ones also
Well, you-
trying to sell us the credits.
Yeah. Yeah. And for that, I mean, maybe if you want to talk about what we want to talk about during that segment, that interview with you, like obviously we can craft the questions that you could answer. And
Okay,
like,
but we can do that offline, right? I mean, I
Okay,
want to
you
really
can.
have now 15 minutes, so I want to
Yeah.
make sure we're focused on the blurbs.
you can. And then the
For
blurbs,
sure.
I mean, I have Pat, if you want to did you find what you were looking for, Pat?
Yeah, there's just two items. I just
Okay.
threw, I just kind of did news that was related to what we've been working on. So just a piece on Tesla opening up their supercharger network to other brands. I guess the government's now requiring that these automobile EV manufacturers, if they're going to have a network, that they have to make them open. So there's going to be a lot of Tesla chargers available for non-Tesla owners by the end of 2024. I think they said 7,500 of them. So, and the other one was Mercedes-Benz just launching a network. I think it's a 350 kilowatt charger network across US and Canada that's coming up. And so they're trying to move very rapidly also. So those are two things that kind of energy related that I threw out there.
My one, I guess, that's what I've been challenged with, trying to, obviously there's a lot of links and sent out great articles that I think we all enjoy. But like, if we're going to post it on the town website, we've got to like tie it back around to, first of all, you have to put it into context because it's the town, like it's on the town website. So like, what does that mean for Cohasset and the town of Cohasset? Like that's kind of, if it was our own, like maybe green Cohasset site that we were doing and we could have all different types of content, I think those would be good. But do you
Yeah. I mean, I think, look, any generic articles we can and probably individually we should post on 143.
right.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you guys saw, I was thinking of more of a themed thing for the week. And I don't know, maybe I could share my screen or put it up there.
Yeah, go ahead.
So somebody let me. Well, you know what? I'll send it to you. I sent it to Tanya and Pat. But my idea would be, like a series based on actually the going electric, because I really think that that's the most important thing that they feel like we can make our, that homeowners can do and so I was thinking for the first thing that we get a statement from Joan Moschino about a roadmap bill. That's that's going to govern us for the next 40 years or whatever. And then they actually have, I mean, I don't know how techie we want to get, but they have this abridged roadmap bill summarized, and we could pull from that. There's different categories in it, but there's transportation, electric, all these things. And so we can be building, like this is her saying this, and then this is, like what the state's talking about, how to get there, and then to go into your home and the clean energy home. And there's a lot of great stuff. Brianna's put a lot of great stuff on Hingham MLP. And I think I've got to say it right.
HMLP, yeah.
And so, for example, she's got a clean energy home with gocleanmasscec.com. I think we could actually have a little blurb and then, and then have the PDF, a link to the PDFs on these. I also had, there's a 94-page one that's really, really good. It's more generic about how homes can go electric. And it actually gives some pricing and things like that. It was done in California. So I have the links on this. I'll send this to you, Josh. It's just my thought.
Yeah.
And then day 4 could be going solar, and Brianna has the solar energy guide on there. And they did arrange for Energy Sage to work with them. And I think, maybe in this, we can at least mention them as a source, Energy Sage. Remember we talked about it and there were some problems with endorsements and all that, but I still don't see why we can't like mention that as a great resource for people who are uncomfortable.
I think it's great. And I think anything about the money, the $10,000 for replacing your boiler with a heat pump, that's going to give you both air conditioning and heat.
I'm
So then
trying to
I have day 5 would be heat pumps, and we could get 2 or 3 articles about that. And day 6 would be other ways to go electric in things like induction stoves, electric fireplaces, battery powered lawn equipment. And day 7 would be kind of a recap with resources. It's just,
I think it's lovely. I think it's perfect. I think that's perfect. We're really focused on, because that isn't our mission. It's different than the original mission of the originally constituted Alternative Energy Committee, that our mission is about educating and informing and helping residents and businesses choose cleaner energy.
Yeah, alternatively energizing your home.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, and I talked to the inspector today about the heat pumps, because hit a roadblock with putting it in my garage. So it's some kind of code that I'm trying to get around right now, to put my heat pump in. But yeah, no, I think, yeah, the go electric, we just have to have context to it. We can't just do links. We just have to, what are we saying about it?
Right.
And, yeah, that's exciting. We just have to have some.
That's exciting. And that's also is informative, not advocating, right? We
Yes.
can't advocate for specific companies.
We're
but
not
that doesn't mean we
endorsing
can't.
them, but we can say they're out there, right?
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Yeah.
And even
Yeah.
just make sure maybe there's a footnote that says, we're not endorsing, but your Energy Sage in Hingham has a list of companies that's servicing their town next door.
Right.
So what do you need from us? I think that's a great idea. I don't think we have to vote on this. Debbie, how can we help?
Well, I don't know who wants to help. I think that we could, once again, I think we need to figure out exactly where we want to place this, kind of a word count kind of a thing. What are we aiming for? Just a short little blurb is what I envision, like maybe
Less than 100 words.
50 or 200, what?
Less than 100 words.
Less than 100 words. Okay. And maybe with a link in it to drive somebody somewhere else. Okay.
Yeah, and shorter is better, right? If you can say something snappy in 1 to 2 sentences and then add the link, right?
Yep.
I think we're trying to create clickbait is what
Yep.
we're really trying to do, while also putting ourselves out there as Alternative Energy Committee. In honor of Earth Week, the AEC tip of the day is, maybe we'll call it the AEC tip of the day.
Right. I think that because we definitely have to identify it comes from us. So, so I think the AEC tip of the day is a great idea. Now, the only thing, Justin doesn't send out things every day. So I think that the only place we can put this is like Cohasset 143.
I think we have to have him send it out every day. And then we on 143 have to relink it, right? If it's tied to Cohasset, if it's generic, we can all make a goal of each of us individually posting something on 143 and at our, whatever we want.
Oh, but you're not asking him to send an email every day. That's what
No, we're asking
So
him
you're
to
asking
post.
him to use the official town website to put it on Cohasset 143.
Correct. And we're going to let Josh negotiate that with him.
Yeah.
And
Hopefully we'll have
Anchor.
yeah, I mean, hopefully we'll have at least 2 days with the 2 videos. And then, if we could find one of for each of us for each of the other rest of the days, we should be good.
So
But-
Yeah, but I
Josh,
think
I'd
what
be
Debbie's
happy to
saying
work with
is-
you.
Yeah.
What's that?
I'd be happy to
Yeah,
work with you, and
yeah.
I think that the anchor, I'd really like to work with the anchor. Because I'd really like to, kind of.
So let's talk about that. Is there an article that we want to, or a story we want the anchor to run for us that week?
Well, we could have a summary of these, and put it together as kind of, these were the 7 days, and we could, put it all together, kind of a composite.
Okay, I think that's great. I think that's great. Sharing your screen, Josh?
Yeah, real quick. So I don't know, maybe this is, I was thinking about the 77 thing, right? 77,000, that's how much the town solar array made by selling electricity back to the grid. 77,000 metric tons of CO2. This is our town's baseline carbon footprint for the Map City carbon assessment. How long do you think it'll take us to reduce our carbon footprint by 77%? Just trying to, maybe we could start some conversation, like maybe people would take a guess at what year, or
Yeah, and the MAPC carbon assessment is just the municipal, you know that, right?
no, it's residential. You did look
Wait,
at it, right?
which is it? It's resident, it's the whole town?
It's both.
Oh. Okay, interesting. We just did the carbon inventory for Hingham. They're like 317. So, and they're 28, so they're like 3. So
For just the municipal, or
everything.
No, they got a lot more commercial.
yeah,
They also, you know what? They also have oil, a lot of oil heat. A lot of oil heat. It's mainly the residential. I think more
Okay.
homes, more bigger homes, although we have some big homes. Yeah, so what's the 77 thing?
I don't know. It just keeps coming around. That's how much we saved last year. That's what. Oh, this is just because it's Bruins. Like everyone, if you're a Bruins fan, you know what that is. That's Ray Bork's number.
Okay. Is
Well,
there
and
like,
it's the lucky number, right?
just-
Lucky
yeah,
sevens.
yeah.
I mean, really.
Just because we saved 77, just sharing some information that has 77 in it.
We should have some betting going on.
Right.
I don't know.
well, I mean, look, if we can tie it to something that the Bruins are doing, great. If we just tie it to April 7th, great. I leave that to you, but I got it. Yeah, look, I think this is exactly the type of blurbs, right, that we want.
So we can just
Okay.
come up with a few. I mean, this is obviously I just put in this PowerPoint. It wouldn't be in PowerPoint, but yeah.
Okay, and then you got the just sort of the summary of what we're doing. So there's things in there about how much we have actually saved to date on our landfill solar energy array. What we're trying to do, how much the charging stations have charged. And you said they've stopped giving the tree, how many trees? that's equal to?
Yeah, that's right. I still gotta follow back up then.
Yeah, call them, that's annoying. So
Yeah.
I would be happy if Debbie and Josh just took it and ran with it. And then the rest of
wanna
us.
join us?
Laura,
Pat's on
Huh?
vacation. Let her get some.
I think that, Debbie, your outline was very good, so I'm happy to see that go forward. And if Josh, you're
Thank you.
willing, so be it.
Yeah,
I
get it done.
think we're good.
That is
I
a
think
shame
it's
though,
good.
about the cleanup. I gotta be honest, and I know that's not really our purview here, but doesn't mean it. I mean,
I guess
I'm gonna
I
be
think it's
picking up
sad
trash,
that the town isn't doing anything for Earth Day. That's
Yeah,
really more a disappointment.
I know.
Well, I think let's keep it. I'm sorry, go ahead, Josh.
The high school kids, what are they? They must be doing something, right? They must be. Is that the Eco Fest, or I know there's that group in high school, right? Of
The green team.
yeah,
I'll ask my
Okay.
daughter, she's on it.
Last year, the EcoFest was run by the woman who started Just One Bag, doing the cleanup.
Mhm.
She did a
Right.
great job pulling that together.
He moved. That's right.
He moved.
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
England or something like that.
No.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're at 7:58. I think we have a plan of attack. I don't think we have to vote for this unless we want to vote for it, but I think we've got agreement, and let me know how I can help, and appreciate
Yeah. Just,
the effort.
yeah. Thanks, Tanya. Just start thinking about August 7th, kind of what,
April.
April 7th. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Just like what you'd like most to talk about. I mean, obviously, I think we probably have this, some of the same thoughts on it, but we can connect later. I guess.
Okay,
All right, sounds
awesome.
good. All right.
Oh, you know what? Steve's here.
Oh,
Steve actually
Steve.
is on here. I
Oh, is
just
he on?
saw it,
So
yeah.
we don't know he's in.
Maybe,
Well, that's, he's one attendee, because it says, but he's
There you
not,
go.
he
Okay,
doesn't
so
show
he
up
just got
here.
let in. Hi, Steve.
Steve, you're on mute.
Hi, sorry I'm late.
there he is.
That's all right. We're closing. We're done. So
You're
basically,
done, okay.
Debbie had a great plan on what the theme of the week is.
Yeah,
She's gonna
I read
work-
her plan.
Okay, and she's gonna work with Josh to fine tune it. And once Josh is gonna negotiate with Justin to do a post on the official town posting every day. And once those get posted, we're all tasked with liking it, reposting it, putting it on 143.
Great.
Okay,
Right.
awesome. So I would
Yeah.
entertain a motion to adjourn.
Yeah, Steven, if you have any thoughts on it, yeah, because we're gonna do 7 days. We've got it, I don't know.
Oh,
probably-
I suggested I added just one thing to Debbie's list of possible topics, and that was to talk about the new state law to require recycling of textiles, and to discuss the receptacles that are at the transfer station and other places in town. So anyways, I thought it'd be worthwhile to do. It's a new thing, a new requirement by the state, and I think very few people are aware of it, and it fits in quite well with Earth Day.
All right, yeah.
I'll be
we'll-
glad to
we'll
write
get
an article
offline.
if you want.
Yeah.
I've already talked to Justin about it.
All right, awesome.
Okay.
Okay.
So can I just ask, can some people like stay on and we could, or Josh, do you have
Well,
to? go?
yeah, look, now
mean,
that
I can
Steve's
stay 5
here, I have to jump off.
Yeah,
Josh, I
Yeah,
think was
yeah,
gonna
I can say
try.
5 more minutes and if you want to discuss that.
yeah.
Okay, so
okay.
I'm gonna turn over the gavel to Pat, our vice chair. And Pat, could you make sure before we close off that you get a motion to adjourn in a second and everybody votes to adjourn? Otherwise, our meeting will be continuing indefinitely.
Sure.
Okay, everybody remind Pat, we have to adjourn before the
Okay.
meeting's actually closed. So
Do
I'm
you
jumping
mind
off.
staying
but-
on, Pat? Do you mind staying on?
No, not at all. Have a good night, Tanya.
Okay, thank
Okay.
you.
All right,
Bye.
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 I'll stay on.
So good thing you're on, Steve. Perfect.
Yeah, can you let me use my camera?
Yeah, who's,
It says Steve Wenner, comma. Who else is there?
I don't see any ability to do that.
okay, wait a second.
Promote to panelists. How about that?
Yeah, that'll do it.
Yeah, Steve, the textiles things, yeah, I think that's good. I think the one thing, if we're talking to Justin, I guess one thing we should discuss is like, are we doing stuff for, alternative energy or just green stuff in general? And or do we have to always stick to alternative energy topics, I guess? And
Yeah,
that's
obviously my suggestion has nothing to do with alternative energy.
Yeah, right. But it's all important stuff. And maybe Justin, but so if we're talking for asking Justin to do it for 7 days, he doesn't necessarily have to do all alternative energy stuff. He can just do things that are good for the environment.
Yeah, I mean, my suggestion, I've talked to Justin about it a couple of times, and he seems to agree it'd be appropriate. So I'll just work with him. I didn't intend it to be associated with an alternative energy.
Yeah. But if we're gonna ask him to do 7 days and then you're asking him to do these other things, we just probably just do it all together and figure out what the 7
Oh,
topics are.
yeah.
If he's asking for help, if he has no plan to do anything already for any of those days. So I know he's off this week, I think.
Yes.
Yeah,
So I'd like to just confirm with him what he had planned, because maybe he has something planned that's gonna take up a couple days, and we only need to come up with 4 things versus 7. Right, do you guys agree, or do you want to come up with 7, just ask him to do 7? I mean, what,
I don't see any problem putting even multiple things up, really.
I
I mean,
mean,
it's, you know, it's Earth, but I think, and I think that what you're talking about, Steve, is almost a standalone thing that he could highlight that in his email, but it really shouldn't. I don't think it should come from us. It will be kind of odd. There used to be a recycling.
Oh, yeah, right. No, I agree
And,
with
you
you.
know, so I think politically we have to, you know, think that, I mean, we can suggest it, but I don't think it should sound like, you know, it's, you know.
Okay, well,
coming
forget
from
it. Take it off the AEC list there, and I'll just talk to Justin about it separately and tell him. I mean, he knows I'm on AEC, obviously, but I'll tell him this is an independent thing, has nothing to do with AEC.
right, no, that's fine. I'm just trying, I'm not sure if his appetite to post multiple times a day, different environmental things that week. I don't know.
Well,
Well,
certainly
maybe it
on his
doesn't have to
weekly
happen.
newsletter, he can post a series of things. It doesn't have any limit at all.
Yeah, he does that Friday e-news. You all get it, right?
Yeah,
yeah,
email, yep.
Yeah, yeah.
but it doesn't have to be, to Steve's point, it wouldn't even have to be Earth Week, if you will. It
Yeah,
could be
right.
anytime.
That's
Because
true. It wouldn't
it's-
have to be Earth Week,
it's-
although it kind of fits, you know, it's the philosophy of Earth Week. You know,
Right, that's what I'm saying.
disposable fashion is a huge consumer of resources and a big problem with sustainability issues. And
Mhm.
so it fits right in with Earth Week. It does not fit with AEC, but it does fit with Earth Week.
I agree. I'll just talk to Justin and find out how much he plans on posting that week. Like if he's like, I'll do it multiple times a week, then we can come up with 7 things for us, 1 for each day, just for alternative energy. If he's gonna do a couple on, you know, textiles and 1 on whatever, you know, picking up trash, and then, I don't know. I just gotta find out what his appetite is to how much he wants to post and where we can fit in.
Yeah.
Mm,
That makes sense.
yeah.
No pressure, Josh.
Yeah.
Just make it
Yeah, I
happen.
know. He's just got a lot going on, and sometimes it seems like
Yeah.
I'm asking too much.
Well,
know,
you just ask, and if he says he
yeah.
can't do it, then he can't do it.
Right. That's why I just don't want to do a bunch of work of creating a bunch of stuff if we've only got, you know, bandwidth to do it 4 times because he's only got 3 other things or whatever. So anyway,
Yep.
Well, we can
So-
always, you
So
know.
Josh, I'm
do
sorry, go
stuff
ahead,
later.
Debbie.
Well, I was just thinking, I mean, I was thinking that, you know, we can, I don't think it would take very long to do, you know, like 100 words for these different categories. And, you know, there's a lot of, we can really cheat from, like Hingham Municipal Light Plant. There's a lot, Brianna's got some great language. We can just steal. And, you know, and I'll be happy to draft some of the
Right.
blurbs. I don't know, you know, who, but I think they should kind of look alike. I mean, they should sort of hang together, I think, if we're gonna make it like a theme.
Yeah.
And so
how good are you at making those kind of things? Just the picture, I guess, with the content. Is that like something you're familiar with doing, that the themes?
oh, well, are you talking about graphics or something?
Just
with it?
graphically, yeah. Is that what you're saying when you say
No,
theme?
well, I was just thinking of words, but I mean,
Okay.
graphics. I mean, listen, I was a marketing person who did, you know, all kinds of brochures and I mean,
Okay.
all kinds of marketing stuff. So it's not a big deal for me.
Okay, cool.
So, yeah, I mean, if we wanted to do that and maybe we could just have some sort of a little frame, you know, tip of the day and then just drop something in it. So that might make it easier. So it has a consistent look to it. 7 days of electricity or something, and anyway, we could
So
think
do
of,
we have latitude in terms of, how it gets posted in terms of, to your point, like what it looks like, or does he go? Is it just, I don't
think-
know, are we talking about just 143 here that he's gonna post it out there? Is,
I don't think we're talking about 143. Justin doesn't post in 143. He's talking about the official town
town
Facebook
site.
page.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's what I
Yeah.
meant to say.
Yeah, I don't
See.
know like how much he would do the kind of marketing, just
Yeah, I
picture.
don't know. I don't know what he
He
does.
does the
like that.
videos. That's kind of what we've been trying to
Okay.
get nailed down, the 2 videos we have scheduled. But in regards to everything else, I think it's probably just on us to figure it out.
The other thing I'm curious about is if they have any kind of web stats to let you know, like what kind of click-throughs they have for different content, so we kind of gain some idea of what things people are interested in or
Right.
they're following through on. Because I have absolutely no idea what kind of traffic they get on the town site, other than like looking for a permit or,
The
completing-
Cohasset.org, you can see how many people watch the videos.
Oh, you can?
Yeah,
Okay.
not a lot.
Yeah, I would imagine.
I wonder if we can also at the same time post on Cohasset 143
yes.
Facebook.
Yeah, Tanya was
So-
saying, we just repost
Yeah, just repost.
what, what's,
He puts out there.
yeah,
Yeah, I think Cohasset 143 gets more traffic than Cohasset official
Yeah.
I think
webpage.
it's a lot more traffic.
Yeah.
let's maybe divvy up some of the, if you don't mind. Does somebody want to be responsible for the reposting to 143?
I don't have a Facebook account.
Huh?
Oh, I can do that.
I don't have a Facebook account.
Some of it too.
Oh, my God. That's
I'll
probably
go ahead and
smart,
repost it.
Josh. That's probably smart. Okay, so you know what? I'll take a stab at, kind of coming up with a couple of blurbs to start. I don't know. I mean, that might be too ambitious to ask Joan Moschino, but I think, to really talk about, in her words, what, what because that's going to be driving everything, really.
And you're talking about the carbon neutral roadmap? Is that what you're talking about?
Yes, yeah. So I mean, that's,
Debbie, I don't know if you saw my note. I've been kind of holding off getting an appointment with Joan because I wanted to wait till Judith got back because I felt like I didn't want to leave her out of the loop here. But since I can't reach her, I think I'm going to go ahead and get an appointment with Joan for you, and Ava also wants to go. So maybe
Okay.
the 3 of us can go see her, and this will be like, a big thing on the agenda.
good. It has to be very quick. I mean, when are we going to start this? What's our?
Oh, yeah, what's,
Are you talking about for the state?
No, when we're going to start, putting these out.
Oh, but just in regards to her roadmap, are you talking about for the state roadmap?
Yes,
Okay.
yeah, she's already written about the state roadmap on several occasions, so I think she can just pull off something that she's already written.
right.
And
Well,
give
her
it to us.
staff, I'm sure, can just give us 100 words or something.
Yeah. So maybe, what is our deadline here on this? Maybe we can't wait to get an appointment to see Joan in person, and maybe we should just call our staff and what do you think? I mean, I'll try tomorrow to get an appointment with Joan if, when do you think we should make it?
Well, early next week, maybe, or this week, but I
Okay,
mean, Earth Day is usually around the 22nd, right? So if we want to do something in advance of that or do it after that, maybe we should have it after that. I don't know. It depends on how much
well,
time.
I'll tell you what, I'll see, I forget when her office hours are, generally speaking, so I'll call her staff tomorrow and see if I can get us a meeting early next week. And is there any when are you free to meet with her?
Oh, well, you and I can figure that out later. But do you guys like the idea of having some words from her and starting with the roadmap idea, or is that, we could dispense with that?
I think it'd be great, especially if we get it on
I
video.
mean, she is our representative, so.
Yeah, and it's such an important accomplishment. It's so important for the whole climate movement in Massachusetts. I think it should be one of our top things to
Well,
put up front.
it should be also a question for our town, right? We got our baseline. What's our roadmap? Where are we going? Do we have any?
Right.
Oh, yeah.
right.
Oh, that reminds me, another
Right,
topic.
that's a good transition.
Do we
that's a
want to
good-
talk about the building code, the stretch building code?
Did you find out more?
Does that fit in with
It's really
either
hard.
AEC or Earth
It's
Day
not
in
really
general?
the thing.
I mean, I'll be glad to write a blurb about that.
I was just thinking we should
I might
just
just
keep it
start a
for
bunch
what
of-
the homeowner can do. I mean, basically the idea is we have to do this. Going electric is the way that everybody's looking to reach these goals, and this is what the homeowner can do. That's
Okay, so
keeping it
everything should
really
be
simple though.
addressed directly to the homeowner. This is something personal that you can do.
Right.
Okay,
Right.
so
So you
that
can
would
make
mean
an
that the zone,
impact,
the bylaw is not, the building code is not appropriate then.
I think we should tackle that later, because remember, we're gonna study it and find out more about it, but I feel like I'm not even sure where to reference people or anything yet. So this other stuff about heat pumps and all this stuff, we can easily pull sources
I
together.
wonder if there's overlap too, Steve, because I talked to the inspector today because they're saying I can't put my air handler for my heat pump in my garage. So it's a code thing. And I'm like, well, what's the code? Like, I want to know like what. So there's all these little things, that prevent people from electrifying their house.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to work around that. I got to be like that.
Maybe he
persistent
would be
guy.
willing to write a little blurb about what people can do to get more electrical stuff in their house, but they have to go through what the difficulties might be. I don't know.
Yeah, I think definitely focusing on when you definitely do something on the incentives, you get 10 grand, like focus on that. And most people don't have the problems that I have with small spaces in Cohasset. So, yeah, anyway. All right. Well, I gotta jump here.
Yeah, so how are we going to tie this all together? So Debbie, Josh, you're gonna follow up with Justin and find
Yeah.
out what we can do, what he's willing
Right.
to do.
Exactly.
And Debbie, you're gonna reach out to us and let us know how we can help with whatever else you need to write for the 7 days. Is that
Yeah.
correct?
Yeah.
And now that I think about it, I mean, we could always use them later. If you come up with good, a good blurb and picture, whatever that gets across what we'd like to get across, and we can use those all throughout the year, I think. So I was saying previously, we shouldn't do a bunch of work if we can't do it this week, but I think it's all good. I don't know.
Yeah, I think we're trying to get the word out there, whether it's Earth Week or
Yeah.
whatever. Right?
Yeah,
So-
right. It's always
all
Earth
good.
Week, right? It's always Earth Week.
Right.
All right.
Okay,
And one other
anything
thing,
else? Okay.
it would be so cool if we could get a video of Joan. I mean, as starting that out, and I'm sure, other people can use it too, and Hingham and everything else. So, I mean, that would be really.
Yeah, maybe. Well, she's given many webinars on this thing, on her.
Yeah, but
on the
very
climate bill.
concise for social media. That would be very cool.
Well,
Well,
being
we'll talk about.
143, yeah, we're gonna be doing those videos of 143 TV. So I'm gonna get a chance to meet, Ron, who's the producer for 143 TV. So just, talk to him about like what's his bandwidth too. So hopefully we're gonna meet him on April 7th and shoot those 2 videos. So I mean, we'd love to have more, and definitely interviewing Joan would be, I think, great.
On the
Yeah, but
7th.
I think it's getting a little tight for doing that for Earth Day week, unless you guys know better than I.
What, just from a editing standpoint?
Yeah, I mean, getting her time and attention.
Oh, for Joan, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
That's too ambitious.
yeah.
Yeah, it
that's-
depends on what her schedule is, of course, but she goes to everything. So,
Right, I'm gonna just double check and see what, shoot, that's not, I gotta open a different screen. See what calendar we've got here. To see, sorry, you know what?
we've
Does
got,
anybody have their calendar? Oh, here it is.
yeah, I mean,
Sorry.
April 22nd is Earth Day, right? And
April-
so that effectively, that's about 3 weeks, right? That
Yep.
we've got. So certainly you need some lead time to get that all in the can to put it out there. Justin's not back for, what do you say, a week?
A week, right. And I'll be
So-
leaving on the 13th for a couple of weeks, so I've just got to get cracking, and I'll see what I can do.
Yeah.
And we can enlist other people, we can pass it off, and and I'll just do what I do and then send it to you guys for comments and things like that, and we'll see how it goes.
Great.
all right,
All right,
I'm gonna
that
try to
sounds
get hold
good.
of Joan tomorrow,
Good.
see if we can get a meeting, Debbie, with her early next week. And I'll ask her staff if, what her schedule looks like on the 7th, you say, Josh, when you're gonna
Well,
do this.
that's gonna be, they can only do 2 in the morning, so unfortunately, I don't even know the next time they'll be able to do it, so we'd have to plan it pretty far out, I think, with Joan as well. So,
Okay,
yeah,
but
so
I'll
they're-
ask her if maybe she has something already that we can just, a 30-second or 1-minute spot on the
unless she came to
roadmap
the,
bill,
unless she came
and
to,
we can just cut that out and use that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Unless she wants to do it.
She's been talking about it so much. I mean, I'm sure there are things, but the question is whether it's something that's easy to get a clip from, a short clip. But I'll ask
Steve, you
her.
let us know, Josh needs to get out. He's got sick children. He needs to get off because he's got sick children. So can we just leave it such that we're all gonna communicate on the next steps? And Steve, you'll let everybody know what you come up with in terms of Joan's calendar and what's feasible. And Debbie,
Sure.
you're gonna ask us all for help.
I mean, if you do talk to her, I mean, do ask her about if she could be in the morning on April 7th. That'd be, if she wanted to meet at the landfill, maybe it could be, the segment could be just Tanya interviewing her, asking her just a couple questions, like, hey, we're here at our landfill where we saved 77,000 last year. Like, what does the future hold for Massachusetts and creating the environment that we can do more things like this in our town.
Okay. Well, you're saying, Josh, that the morning of the 7th, a week from Friday, is a possibility for filming?
Yeah,
with
10
Joan, if
o'clock.
she can do it?
That's what we had. I mean, if she was available, then I'm just kind of throwing it off the wall. I mean, it would be kind of cool if Tanya interviewed her for just a couple questions, give her a couple questions beforehand that she's ready to
Yeah,
hit.
I'll make that suggestion,
Yeah.
it's unlikely that she'll be
Yeah,
able to do it
right.
at short notice, but, I'll
Yeah, if
ask.
not, we'll do another time.
Sure.
Yeah, I think we should think it through a little more, I think.
You do?
Okay.
You don't want me to broach it with Joan?
You know what? I think it's going to be really important for her if we're going to put it out on social media that it looks good and that I think we need to have our questions thought through and what we're trying to ask of her. I just wanted her
2 weeks.
to make a little blurb about her roadmap bill. And
What if she
and
has
you're
something
talking
in
about
can already
landfill and
that
all
she could
that
be willing
stuff.
to give us?
You're right, but exactly that, but the landfill thing, then that's a different, we have to really rethink those kind of things, because
Well, the
it's
crew will
gonna
be there
require-
though. If she was there, they could get your little blurb right in front of the background with the landfill. I mean, with the solar panels talking
Yeah,
about.
and she could
environment.
talk, if she was indeed talking about things like the roadmap or something. If we were asking her about, anyway, I guess I
Isn't that part of the
misunderstood what you were
roadmap, of the
thinking.
environment that they're gonna create, with laws and codes and things like that? I think it's
Right.
all, but anyway, we can talk about it. Yeah, I mean,
We're not gonna resolve it here, but I think it's all good stuff. I mean, you just
you
keep.
should open anything, Steve, and we'll try to, figure out how we can get it on camera, but we do have the
Okay,
crew there. We do have the crew there on that day.
I'm very comfortable talking to Joan. It's not like it's gonna be any big thing if I say that, we're we'd like to plan something like this, but you don't want to
Yeah.
put you on the spot.
Yeah.
We want it to be
All right,
something
well.
that you would really like.
Enjoy your vacations, ladies, and Steve, and we'll talk.
I will
guess, on
entertain
email.
a motion to adjourn.
Oh, we already adjourned when Tanya
I'll
left.
entertain a motion to
Second
adjourn.
it.
No, we have to do this right.
Oh, we do, okay.
Yep, yep.
I'll second it.
Yep.
No, I need a motion.
Move to adjourn.
Thank you, Steve. Do I have a second?
I second that.
Thank you, Josh. Okay, we don't have to vote on it. We are adjourned. Thank you all very much, and I look forward to hearing the next steps.
All right. Thanks, everyone.
All right.
All
Thanks,
right.
guys.
Take care.
Sorry I'm late.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.